Hey guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to my show. Without wasting any time, let's jump straight into the topic. I'll be contrasting the words of John the Apostle, with the lies of the Antichrist, aka the false Apostle Paul, and you will know the difference. It's bare or directly opposite to each other. They contradict each other severely. So please pay attention. We were deceived by this false apostle. Let's see this. See, Paul taught, and I will mention those verses very quickly. But before that, we'll see what John says about righteousness. Because Paul taught that righteousness is like filthy rags. Without saying that, he calls it dung. He calls it something, it's crap, our righteousness. And all that, I'll give you the verses. And we cannot be righteous on our own. And that's why almost every church, including my church, which was NASA established and very smart people, they used to make fun of people who were trying to be righteous, which is the right way to go. That's exactly as Jesus ordered. And here is John saying, First John 3:7. Okay, I want you to keep this in your heart. This is an established and verified apostle, not Paul. Jesus never uttered the word Paul. He rejected the word grace on the day of judgment. You're not saved by grace. Neither did Jesus ever utter the word grace in the Bible. Wake up, guys. The judgment is upon our head. See what is happening. I want you to practice righteousness today and reject the words of the Antichrist Paul. And what am I saying? Hear out John in this case. To keep it short, I'm just using John. There are a bunch of others, but here it's very specifically John and James, the brother of Jesus Christ, rejecting Paul's doctrine and attacking it severely. Let's see. First John 3:7. Little children, let no man deceive you. Who says? John. At that time, was Paul there? Yes. Paul was there teaching his heresies. This is where he says, Little children, let no man deceive you. He that practices righteousness is righteous. He that practices righteousness is righteous. You have to do it, he says. Even as Jesus is righteous because his works are righteous. Remember, a good tree does not bear bad fruit and a bad tree does not bear good fruit. See, guys, he's pointing at Christ and saying, Well, let no man, that man is Paul. Okay? We know that because he spoke the opposite. Again, in First John 2:23, what does 2:29, what does John say? If you know that Christ is righteousness, you know that everyone that does righteousness is born of him. So you have to do righteousness to be born of him, or you are not born of him. I'm telling you as a friend, I am ready to go down on my knees and rub my nose at your feet. That wake up to the deceptions of Paul. There are last fleeting moments left in this world. Project Earth is coming to a close, and judgment is upon our head. He will be giving you according to what you have done. That's all there is. This is a Father God laid principle, and Jesus expounded on that and emphasized on that very heavily, again and emphatically. What you sow, you shall reap. What you sow, and that is why He taught us to practice loving compassion, that you may be dealt with compassion on the day of judgment. See, guys, it's all about what we are sowing, and that's why John is saying, "Righteous is he who righteous does." What is the end result of that? The fruit is good of righteous, and because you did righteousness, you will be saved. And what is righteousness is the $1 billion question. It is so easy. Don't complicate it with too much overthinking. Righteous is doing the right thing right away without hesitation. So what is so wrong in doing the right thing? Is the best thing in the world. It gives me the greatest satisfaction when I learned how Paul was trying to deceive us and keeping us away from such a beautiful thing. It's like keeping me away from apple. No, I want to have that apple. It gives me energy, health, strength. He was taking away the best of Bible is righteousness. All right. So First John 3:10. That's a repetition. In this, like again, third time John is saying, in this the children of God are shown, manifested, and the children of the devil. Now he's saying, who are the children of God and who are the children of devil? You'll know why Paul is the son of devil. Whoever does not, the righteousness is not, whoever does not practice righteousness is not of God. Practicing is saying actions, works. Neither is he loved. He that loves not his brother. And one who does not, I'm unfortunately seeing KJV. So Neither is he who does not love his brother. That's not, we have to learn to love. Love is the epitome, the zenith, the Mount Everest of righteousness is loving compassion. Practice that. That was used on the judgment day, guys. Matthew 25, 31, 46. I will close with what James says. James blasted Paul for teaching lies. Just to tell you quickly, Paul, sorry about this shaking. Paul lies about Abraham believed God and it was credited to credited to him as righteousness. This is rank lie. It's a lie. For he made for Jesus made himself who knew no sin to be the God made Jesus who knew no sin to be the sin for us that we may become the righteousness of God in him. No, 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 no. That's not how it works, please. So let's see how James blasts Paul. You see it, I'm not saying it. James 2:21. James says, was not Abraham our father justified by works? Does it sound like Paul's theory that he believed and it was credited to Abraham as righteousness? But James, a reliable witness, brother of Jesus, he's saying something else. Should we not believe him? Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered his son Isaac to the altar? Paul didn't mention that. Can't you see it, guys? How have we become blind to all this of Jesus? How did we rush to this fake apostle Paul, whose name is never uttered by Jesus? He was the 13th apostle who could never happy. Nobody saw his conversion. There are no witnesses when two or three are required. Tell me who's the witness of Paul who saw his bloody conversion? Liar, cheater. He crafted that, fabricated it, concocted it, and we believed it. We drank it down because we didn't want to obey Jesus. That's the reason. You see that a man is justified by works and not by faith alone. James 2:24. Okay? This is where the direct rejection or contradiction is more visible. Both authors quote James and Paul, but they interpret the counting of righteousness differently. Paul lied, deceiver. I'll end with this and then beg you to practice and do righteousness as John is begging us, literally, warning us. 2 Corinthians 12:16, Paul says, a crafty fellow I, Paul, am. I took you, the church of Corinth, by deceit. Thank you, guys. God bless you. See you next time.